not too far. We're following every star. There's not enough time. We're beating on doors, shouting here again. We're risking it all on our dime. Faraway shores, looking near again. The only thing left is when we know we should count to 10. We haven't got time. We haven't got time.
All right. Well, I'm Bailey. Hello.
I'm No. Hi.
And this is our little cabaret. We're doing
Welcome.
it. This is opening doors. We're opening the doors. So let's get into it, Joe.
Absolutely.
Let's talk about our cabaret, how it came to be, why we're doing it, that sort of thing. For those of you who don't know us, Stephen Sondheim is the love of me and Joe's life. Like, we love him. Rich Gray, if you're out there, thank you for giving us the whole unit on him. We love you. So yeah, we decided to dedicate our little cabaret to Stephen Sondheim. And then we're artists that are in a little bit of a unique situation. And I think anyone could make a cabaret their thesis about like going out into the world. But I think what makes this unique for us is that like we're going out to the world during a pandemic when we don't know what the state of our industry is going to be, or if there will be an industry at the end of this.
Right. Where like live theater, as we have always known it, doesn't exist at the moment.
Mhm.
So entering into an industry that doesn't really exist, it's a bit challenging. And yeah, so we just thought that Sondheim has so many works about like uncertainty and like possibility and inspiration and artistry that we were like, I think that might work
He's
out
our
for us.
man. He's our man. But yeah, something me and Joe also have been talking about is that when this comes out, it's going to be on the anniversary of when the world shut down. We love irony.
It was not on purpose.
Yeah, no, it actually wasn't on purpose. Well, and like a little known fact, I actually had like a bunch of auditions like and callbacks lined up. Like, I mean, everyone did because
Yeah.
it was, the time for like new seasons. And so everyone had these things lined up, and all of them were getting canceled. I mean, I feel like for everyone, we all were on these paths. And I feel like for me in particular, like I was on this path to like, I'm gonna go do this and I'm gonna go do that. And like all of it was like leading towards this like graduation that was gonna take me to like, a Broadway or like a tour or like, a cruise. And like, I was gonna go do my thing. And like it was all about, my path and how I was gonna get there. And this pandemic just kind of threw that wrench in it. And it was just like this like mindset that is so different from what I feel now.
I'm just a Broadway baby, walking off my tired feet, pounding 42nd Street to be in a show. Broadway baby, learning how to sing and dance, waiting for my one big chance to be in a show. Gee, I'd like to be on some marquee, all little twinkling lights, a spark to pierce the dark from Battery Park to Washington Heights. Someday, maybe, all my dreams will be repaid. Ah, heck, I'd even play the maid to be in a show. Hey, Mr. Producer, I'm talking to you, sir. I don't need a lot, only what I got, plus a tube of grease paint and a follow spot. Someday, maybe, if I stick it long enough, I can get to strut my stuff. Working for a nice man like a Ziegfeld or a Weissman in a big time Broadway show.
You are the kind of person that like at the beginning of this was like solidifying your like belief in like this is what you need to be doing, and like theater
Yeah.
is the thing, and like it really like rejuvenated that for you.
Yeah.
I was on a bit of a different journey. Mine was a little more like questioning my entire life and like, is what I'm doing valuable? Without live theater, who am I?
No, like absolutely. I think we all have had that moment of like crisis. Like there was a moment for me during this where I was like, I think I need to become a lawyer and I need to just not do acting. Like I think I should become a lawyer. Like that would be more valuable to the world.
No, mine was like teaching. I was like, I could be doing like so many other things that still exist. And it just like made me like, I was just like constantly going back and forth on everything that I thought that I knew about myself. And it was just like such a lonely, strange time for me. Obviously, I mean, I'm sure that is not my own experience, like alone in that. It just was like, literally, where do I belong in this world? Like,
Yes.
it's
Yes.
like complete identity crisis.
Absolutely. Existential crisis, I think, was the universal experience of actors throughout like this pandemic.
Absolutely.
And I think like being a young actor, like we had the opportunity that we could change course if we needed to. And like I kind of felt like I needed to at times where I was like, this is scary. Like I kind of want to just do like the, okay, I'm gonna go because this is hard.
To accept, to belong, the old question, the old song, home sweet home, home base, wish I knew my place. Oh, where do I belong? Am I the only one who finds the sun too bright, too revealingly strong? Am I the only one who waits and looks and waits and contemplates the night, feeling lonely? In the night, when the world's asleep, I can let my mask slip, but the light brings a world of people asking, looking,
a year later, like there are absolutely still moments of that, but now like everything still feels like uncertainty, but it also feels like opportunity and like innovation, like seeing all of the incredible work that artists and actors have done in the past year. It's like obviously it's not the same, but it's like if we can't do live theater the way that we've known it, like how can we still do it? Um
Yeah.
and like obviously there are still limitations, but we're still here doing the thing. Like this is us right now doing the thing.
Right. Literally.
Yeah, and so yeah, it's been a journey 100%, and just like
Mhm.
I don't know, thinking back on where I was a year ago and where I was 6 months ago and where I was 2 weeks ago, it's like very much a journey, and I think that is definitely a universal experience.
Mhm.
Greenfinch and linnet bird, nightingale, blackbird, how is it you sing? How can you jubilate sitting in cages, never taking wing? Outside the sky waits beckoning, beckoning, just beyond the bars. How can you remain staring at the rain, maddened by the stars? How is it you sing anything? How is it you sing? Greenfinch and linnet bird, nightingale, blackbird, how is it you sing? Whence comes this melody constantly flowing? Is it rejoicing or merely hallowing? Are you discussing or fussing or simply dreaming? Are you crying? Are you screaming? Ringdove and robinet, is it for wages, singing to be sold? Have you decided it's safer in cages, singing where you're told? My cage has many rooms, damask and dark, nothing there sings, not even my lark. Larks never will you know when they're captive. Teach me to be more adaptive. Greenfinch and linnet bird, nightingale, blackbird, how is it you sing? If I cannot fly, let me sing.
Do you have like one of those like alumni like I don't know if they're what they're called, mentor people?
No, I do not.
Okay, so I do. And he's been like showing me all of these like great online Zoom theater things. And I watched this really good one. It's called like Three Screams. And it like just inspired me to like make my own work. And he's been like really advocating for me to just like make my own stuff. Um, and I think there's something about this time where there's no theater companies doing anything. Where it's just like, hey, why don't we make our own stuff? I mean, like literally right now, Joe, like us making our own thing.
Yeah.
Hey, hello. And I think like before, I don't know, like I was just kind of waiting for someone to like hand me work,
Totally. Yeah.
you know? Um and I'm just in like a totally different mindset, and I think everyone kind of is, where it's just like it's my time now to just like do the thing. um and I don't know, like I feel like we've entered this like almost renaissance period just through the like pressure of this like pandemic, because like we have no other choice but to like innovate and change.
Yeah.
And I just think that's like really cool to like be in this like awful position but to like make something good come out of it. So thanks, Andy, for for coming and making a nice change in my mindset. And also like thanks to everyone who's making some cool theater and inspiring all of us. Because I think that that's what we need right now in this industry. Because
Absolutely.
we need an industry to come back to.
100%. Yeah, and I think that when we do come back to the theater in real life, like there are gonna be so many like new cool ideas and
Yeah.
like so much innovation is happening right now that it's not just gonna stop when we can be in person again. Like I'm very excited and like inspired for future theater because like I don't really know what it's gonna be, but I know it's gonna be really, really cool.
Yeah, and I think that no matter what, like we're going to be okay because we have like proven that we can do it no matter what. Like we are capable of making something great.
Absolutely.
Let me see the world with clouds. Take me to the world. Out where I can push through crowds. Take me to the world. A world that smiles with streets instead of aisles, where I can walk for miles with you. Let me see the world that's real. Show me how it's done. Teach me how to laugh, to feel, move me to the sun. Just hold my hand whenever we arrive. Take me to the world where I can be alive. Let me see the world that smiles. Take me to the world out where I can walk for miles. Take me to the world with all around things growing in the ground, where birds that make a sound are birds. We shall see the world come true. We shall have the world. I won't be afraid with you. We shall have the world. I'll hold your hand and know I'm not alone. We shall have the world to keep. Such a lovely world will weep. We shall have the world forever for our own. I shall marry the miller's son, pin my hat on a nice piece of property, Friday nights for a bit of fun. We'll go dancing. It's a wink and a wiggle and a giggle in the grass, and I'll trip the light fandango, a pinch and a diddle in the middle of what passes by. It's a very short road from the pinch and the punch to the punch and the pouch and the pension. It's a very short road to the 10,000th lunch and the belch and the grouch and the sigh. In the meanwhile, there are mouths to be kissed before mouths to be fed, and a lot in between in the meanwhile. And a girl ought to celebrate what passes by. Or I shall marry the businessman. 5 fat babies and lots of security. Friday nights, if we think we can, we'll go dancing. Meanwhile, it's a push and a fumble and a tumble in the sheets, and I'll foot the Highland fancy, a dip in the butter and a flutter with what meets my eye. It's a very short fetch from the push and the whoop to the squint and the stoop and the mumble. It's not much of a stretch to the kids and the croup and the bosoms that droop and go dry. In the meanwhile, there are mouths to be kissed before mouths to be fed, and there's many a tryst and there's many a bed to be sampled and seen in the meanwhile. And a girl has to celebrate what passes by. Or I shall marry the Prince of Wales. Pearls and servants and dressing for festivals. Friday nights with him all entails. We'll have dancing. Meanwhile, it's a rip in the bustle and a rustle in the hay, and I'll pitch the quick fantastic with flings of confetti in my petticoats away up high. It's a very short way from the fling that's for fun to the thigh pressing under the table. It's not much of a stretch till you're stuck with just one, or it has to be done on the sly. In the meanwhile, there are mouths to be kissed before mouths to be fed, and there's many a tryst and there's many a bed. There's a lot I'll have missed, but I'll not have been dead when I die. Should celebrate everything passing by. And I shall marry the miller's son.
Okay, so Bailey, I would like to take you on a journey, if you'll just bear with me.
I'm ready. Take me on a
Okay.
journey.
Great. Bring yourself back to a year ago.
Okay.
Get in that mindset, except maybe don't fully get in that mindset
I
because
was
that
gonna
might
say there's a lot of
little
tears. Are we sure?
Okay. So a year ago, this insane, awful thing happens, changes your life completely, and all of the advice that you've ever gotten in your entire life just could not have prepared you for this whatsoever. Like, you've tried to be careful generally, right? But how are you supposed to know that this threat, and for the sake of an extended metaphor, we'll call it a wolf. Why not?
Why not?
How could we have known that this would be capable of like eating you up like that. How could you know what was in store,
How could I know?
right? And now it's a year later,
Mhm.
and we're not quite there yet, obviously, but we're
Right.
starting to just see like the faintest little glimmer of light in the
Mhm.
form of a vaccine, hopefully, at the end of this very dark and slimy tunnel. And we're back at the start. And we know things now.
We do know things now.
We do know things now. We know, as we've said, that theater can and will continue to exist in some form or another,
Mhm.
and that we will continue to create it by any means necessary. And here we are.
Here we are. Yeah.
Mother said straight ahead, not to delay or be misled. I should have heeded her advice, but he seemed so nice. And he showed me things, many beautiful things that I hadn't thought to explore. They were off my path, so I never had dared. I had been so careful, I never had cared. And he made me feel excited, well, excited and scared. When he said, come in, with that sickening grin, how could I know what was in store? Once his teeth were bared, though I really got scared, well, excited and scared, but he drew me close and he swallowed me down a dark, slimy path where lie secrets that I never want to know. And when everything familiar seemed to disappear forever, at the end of the path was Granny once again. So we wait in the dark until someone sets us free, and we're brought into the light, and we're back at the start. And I know things now, many valuable things that I hadn't known before. Do not put your faith in a cape and a hood. They will not protect you the way that they should. And take extra care with strangers, even flowers have their dangers. And though scary is exciting, nice is different than good. Now I know, don't be scared, Granny is right, just be prepared. Isn't it nice to know a lot? And a little bit not. With so little to be sure of, if there's anything at all, if there's anything at all, I'm sure